Good afternoon, good evening, this is John Paul Wright. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Today we're going to talk about hype. And I'm going to get started by just telling you guys how I get hyped. And I used to get hyped a lot in the past when I come to think of it. But these days, there's like no hype for me for anything. So before episode 1 came out, I was like super hyped. I was like manic. I just really just couldn't believe Star Wars was back, and there was nothing more I wanted than to see that in the theater. And when I saw it, well, I liked certain parts of it, but I'm not gonna lie, I hated Jar Jar, and there were some things I just found like totally unexcusable. But I was still kind of excited for 2. For some reason, it just didn't get me down. I was like, yeah, Jar Jar was bad, but I doubt he's going to be in 2 in the same way. And he wasn't. But 2 wasn't that great either for me personally. 3 was awesome. When 3 came out, I was very happy with it. There was some very dark things about it. But the point is, I was super hyped for the new Star Wars movies coming out. When The Force Awakens came out, I was pretty hyped too. I was like, you know what? They're not going to get this wrong. It's not Lucas. They're not going to have Jar Jar. It's not going to be for kids. They're going to get it right. It's going to be pretty good. And when I saw The Force Awakens and I came out of the theater, I was like, it's better than 1 and 2. But then, I was kind of like, no, it's not better than 1 and 2 for me. Mostly just because Rey beats Kylo. That just blew the whole thing for me. It just takes the fear factor away from the villain. And, you can't have that. Then for me, when I saw Last Jedi, like many of you, I lost all trust in Lucasfilms moving forward. And now that pretty much killed my hype for episode 9. So when I saw the trailer, it got me thinking about hype. And with Endgame coming up, and as we know, a lot of people are super hyped for Endgame, some of that hype died down. We saw Captain Marvel. Some people like Captain Marvel, some people don't. The point is, she has definitely affected the hype for a lot of people. Now, here's what I want to say, is that hype is something you kind of give yourself. You choose and you create and you make how much hype you have. And I kind of learned this over the years. And you could get yourself as hyped up as you want for a movie. You think it's the best thing ever in the world is going to happen, and the fact is, it's all you, basically. I mean, think about it. How good is a movie possibly going to really be to change your life, to be so hyped about it for all this time, and then you go in for the 2 hours and it's like either good or not? So, I'll admit, I would like to be hyped about episode 9. It's just the fact of that trust is gone. Now I just don't trust them. It's like, we hear Luke's voice in the trailer, but is it going to be meaningful? He says something like 1,000 generations are in Rey. I guess if Rey actually had 1,000 generations given to her by Yoda or some ultimate force, and that was the explanation of why she was so powerful, alright, maybe that would work. And we see Lando in the ship with Chewie, and I was saying to some people, yeah, I enjoyed that part of the trailer. I like seeing Lando, but then they're like, oh, they're just throwing him in there. He's only going to be in like 3 minutes of the movie, and they could be right. And what I'm saying is, since I don't have trust for movies in general these days, I can't have hype for pretty much anything. So, yeah, I'm definitely throwing the question out there to you guys, like, you guys hyped for 9? I know a lot of you guys aren't. But now that we've actually seen the trailer, maybe that thing will change a little bit, or that will change a little bit. I don't need to say that thing. That was kind of a fuck up, but I fuck up and I'm just going to keep going. Then we got these guys, Benioff and Weiss, and a lot of people are like, oh, I'm hyped for that, right? Maybe. I can't get hyped for it. I mean, if they came out and said, listen, Benioff, if I'm saying that right, Benioff, and Weiss have complete artistic control, and they're going to make it like Game of Thrones, dark and gritty, and you're going to see something you've never seen before, maybe I'd be hyped. But they're just saying, well, these guys are making it, and haha, see what happens. Kathleen Kennedy's still there, and SJW still rule the world over there in Hollywood, so haha, see what happens. I don't trust it. So I'm just not hyped. I am hyped for Game of Thrones, the last season, because it has a really good track record. They don't have forced political stuff. George R. R. Martin is like pretty much the opposite of a SJW warrior, in my opinion. Some people have told me things he said or this and that, but when I was following him and watching his interviews, he said some things that no SJW would ever say. So I trust the guy, and yeah, it's like a little hope for Benioff and Weiss's movie, but seeing is believing these days. That's the thing. Anyway, like I was saying, since the episode 9 trailer came out, maybe things change for some people. I don't know. You know, for me personally, Rey was very overpowered. She had no real struggles. One of my big problems was that Rey just did all this fantastic shit, and the first thing they do is show Rey do this like incredible move. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. I finally got a new mic, and now my personality is a little bit better because of the mic. I can kind of like talk fast, relax, not worry about talking loud, and just generally be really myself. Doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. Got a Patreon, Twitter. You guys know when I say this shit, I'm ending the video if you've been following me. I'll see you next time.